Hey everybody, this is Rafin Khan from Should I Buy It? And because this is our first video, I would like to give you guys a little bit of background on what this channel is going to be like and what it's going to be for. So we're going to be doing a lot of reviews on basically everything we can get our hands on. And in this case, it is the Bustin YoFace 39. And some of you may be able to tell because of the limited edition design. So, starting off, I'm going to be going over some of the specs, the magnificent specs of this board, and why I like it so much. So, if we take a look at the spec sheet, it is 39.5 inches long, which rounds to about 40, and it is 9.5 inches wide, which gives you some operating room when you want to perform more tactical tricks. And I feel like that's what this board was designed for more experienced riders who are able to perform these nice stunts and who have larger stances, in my opinion. But that's just me, that's what I think of it. And if we take a look at the wheelbase, it is a 19 to 21 degree wheelbase. Or that's my perception of it, that's what it says on the site. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave that in the comments, but I don't know if you can see it so well, but when we take a look at it like this, kind of get a better angle of it, and it supports pretty large wheels. Look, this is when the board would be completely flat. Look, that's the base, or that's the bottom of it, and that's what the wheelbase looks like. It's pretty large, actually, in my opinion. And I like that. I like that a lot. I haven't experienced any wheel bite on it, and I rock 77mm wheels. So that's pretty nice that they made sure of that, because on a larger board, you would want larger wheels. So they took that into consideration, which I really enjoy. So let's go over the design really quickly. And this is the limited edition design, and I really like it. It's classy, it's cool, and you can tell they put a lot of detail into it, because look at the paintings, just look how in-depth they are. You know, I don't think that would take just like 10-15 minutes. It definitely takes quite a bit of time, and you know what, I like that about the board. It's quality, it shows extreme quality, in my opinion. And so as we inch forward, we will find that it is the Bruno Pro 39-inch. You probably know that too, but I just want to point that out because it was said that it was designed by Bruno Sierra, who's a pretty good rider. And yeah, that's that. I think the design is really cool because there's just so much going on, and you can probably see that if you can interpret what the design means. And as we move right over the end, we find the trademark YoFace name in their little bubble thing. And I could have put the sticker they gave me on it, but I don't like putting stickers on my board for some reason. I like keeping them neat, you know, neat and fresh, concise, preserving their design. And as we move on, we see the Bustin B. If you look closely, there's like this is my interpretation of it. There's a man on a skateboard, and then it's just the B, and that looks really cool because they put a splash of yellow and red, along with the generic wood coloring, with the black outlining, and it contrasts with the white really well. So that's pretty cool that they did that. And going back to the spec sheet, if we take a closer look, we'll find that it has an 8-inch nose/tail and a 0.375 degree concave, which is really cool. I like that. I love the concave. Look, I'll show you. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, but the board definitely elevates right about here. I mean, that's obvious. That has to be obvious. Look at that. This is where you can sink your foot in and pull some slides. Like right here, it's really low here, and it's surrounded by two elevated portions of the board, as you can see. and that gives you a really nice area for your foot to just lock in. And I don't know, they did something really cool with it because you can't really see it on the camera, but it elevates ever so slightly right about here too. And they took that into consideration. You get some nice board feel with it. You will find the traditional Bustin Brooklyn carved. Actually, I don't know if it's carved out, but it is in the grip tape. Or it's a cutout in the grip tape. It says Bustin Brooklyn. And I don't know, I always thought that was just so cool. I just loved it. I just love how it looks. Especially the Bustin one. It's like a hollow N and like a hollow U. Sorry, I covered the camera, but it's a hollow U, hollow B. I don't know, that just adds some snazz or pizzazz to it, if that makes any sense at all. But I mentioned before that it did have a 0.375 degree concave, and I like that. I like that a lot. It also elevates right about here. I don't know if you can see that, but that contributes to the lower declined region right about here. This contributes a lot, definitely, because I don't know, hopefully you can see in the camera angle, but actually look, you can see better here. But the board elevates here for the wheelbase. It allows, when this elevates, it allows this portion of the board, it allows wheels that are larger than like 60 millimeters, I believe. It allows wheels to not cause any friction on the wood, and that would cause wheel bite, as you know. The nose slash tail, I mean the board is symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter which one you say. It is 8 inches, so you can kick the board. It has twin kicks. You can kick the board for ollies and whatnot, if you're really good with flips, I guess, right? But that's experienced riders. I would not, in my opinion, I would not recommend doing a kick flip with this because it hurts when you hurt yourself with it, obviously. But the board is so rigid. 8-ply Canadian maple right there. Let me try to focus that in the camera. Yeah, it won't focus, but you can probably count, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that just made it worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Canadian maple. Moving on to the wood. 8-ply is pretty rigid, right? Because it is a trick board. In my opinion, at least, I said that a lot. It is a trick board, so you wouldn't want a really flexy board on a trick board because that would result in loss of balance when you land. And because it offers a lot of operating room, if it was flexy, then when you jump down like this, the board has a possibility of cracking right here because it is so flat. And you wouldn't want a crack board. Moving on to that, moving on from that, the board does retail at about $90 to $95. And I'd say personally it's not a bad price because you do get a lot of material because it is 39 inches. It's wider than the 35 and it's wider than most boards. It definitely is a large board in size and it's a lot larger than the Maestro, even though it is 1 inch longer than it. A lot of the heaviness and bulk comes from these kicks. Maestro is carved out like right here. Right, this isn't here, this isn't here. That goes from the same on that side. Because the board is made out of wood, it adds some heaviness to it. So I would recommend drilling your trucks if that's what you're into, because your board will be pretty heavy. And that's why I said that I would recommend that larger stance riders or larger riders ride this board, because naturally you'd have more control over it if it is heavier. Right? Because that only makes sense. And the board has alright, wait 1 second. It says that the 3D wheel wells are great for ollies. I don't know how that would help you with an Ali. But I guess it could if that's what you say. And I don't really know what else to say, but I will make a quick comment on the grip tape. I've always loved Bustin grip tape. I don't know what it is about it. Might be, I think it's Vicious grip tape or something. I don't know, maybe that's new models that have that. Or maybe not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave that in the comments too. But the grip tape, I don't know, something about it's just so nice. It's so sharp, you know? I got a Maestro like a month ago, and the first day I had it, I didn't realize that the grip was so sharp, and I held it with my hands for like 5 minutes, and then the skin on my hands was all like ripped up and shredded up, and it was kind of crazy because you would not expect grip tape to be that sharp, and I like that. It screams quality in my opinion, and that's not really the case here. Interesting. It's not as sharp. I guess they changed that up. Maybe it's too sharp before. And that's that. So thanks guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and it would be great if you left comments. Comments help. Constructive criticism, because this is our first video. Tell us what we're doing right, tell us what we're doing wrong, and that's it for today, guys. Also, if you would like to see something that you want to see a review on, you could leave that in the comments, right? Share this video, like it, subscribe, comment, whatever there is to do, you can do it, please. It helps a lot. And that's it for today, people. See ya.